Alrighty, welcome everyone, this is Cartron. Today we're going to be looking at the brand new Model 3 Configurator from Tesla. I should mention that in fact this Model 3 is not a new model or a refresh. It's just a mid-cycle sort of facelift. So tech-wise is give or take the same. If you're wondering why the buttons are currently Spanish, that's because this is not actually available in every region right now. It's said to be arriving in Europe in mid-October actually, same with the Middle East. But China, Australia, and well, the rest of the world will be getting it either, Q1 2024 or, well, just unannounced really. And fun fact, the Tesla Model 3, the refresh, currently has no release date officially from Tesla for the US market, which is very interesting. I'm not sure if this is going to be produced in their Chinese factory or their German plant in, I think it was Munich or Berlin. But yeah, so Spain is able to order it. However, for the sake of the video, I'm gonna go ahead to New Zealand, which also, interestingly, also has the new Model 3 available. And if you check, the image is actually flipped, which you'll be wondering why they do that. Well, that's because, well, in New Zealand, in Australia and some other parts of the world, well, the driving is on the right side. So they had to flip the image, I'm guessing, to make it better. It's kind of funny. So we're gonna take order now, and I should preface this by saying that because this car hasn't got a global release yet, I'm just gonna go with South Islander. Yeah, that should be good enough. The prices that you will be seeing here may vary. In every part of the world, the price of the car will differ, so just keep that in mind, alright? Okay, so the base rear-wheel drive Model 3 comes with 500 kilometers of range, 200 kilometers of top speed. Unfortunately, I can't give you the miles right now. I'll do the conversion and put them on screen for all our American and you British viewers. Fantastic. So, the base Model 3, that sounds weird, has 6.1 seconds in acceleration. Now, compared to the Model 3 of yesteryear, if I just check it real quick, that is actually, I'm guessing thanks to the aerodynamics, slight bit faster if I remember, actually. The long range dual motor is sitting at 630 kilometers of range. However, we're looking at 4.4 seconds from 0 to 60, which is interesting because I don't think that this counts as like the performance Model 3. That doesn't seem to be available currently. The performance Model 3, the actual dual motor non-long range version on the previous gen, did 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds, so that's very interesting. But would you personally trade in a second in acceleration for more range? I mean, I personally would. The aerodynamics of the car has been improved by, I think, 9 to 10%, which is very, very good actually. We got some new wheels, new front headlights, obviously. That should be a given. New air intake, a bit sharper. I believe that the back haunch here is much sharper than the previous model. Yeah, much wider it seems. Taillights are looking fresh, definitely. The ducktail here seems to be a bit more crisp, if I do say so myself. The text on the back now includes the whole Tesla text and not just the little T logo they have going around. Yeah, this one right here. Now, it is said on some car reviewers that depending on if you get, rather than the Photon wheels, you get the 19-inch, the Nova wheels, which I'll show right now, the range might drop by a bit. However, that isn't indicated on the website. I don't know if that's only because it's early on and the car just came out, but I would fix this personally. But yeah, so we have some color options. Interestingly enough, this time around we have completely new color section. So pearl white is always the free option, that's a given. Black is $1,700, which is, I mean, could be better, could be worse. The deep blue metallic I think is the best option out of the bunch. It looks very crisp. It's even in the product image at the front of the website. Here we have the stealth gray, very common color for cars these days, going with the either the metallic like gun silver, gunmetal gray, or I mean $2,600 though. That's gonna hurt. And the ultra red is $3,000. I believe this is either the same color or extremely similar to the one you get on the Model S Plaid. But I don't know, like having it on our long range Model 3 just doesn't sit right with me for some reason. Interior color. Well, the center console got renewed, looks a bit crisp. I think this is now aluminum, as some may call it, rather than plastic, which is quite nice. Ambient lighting, that's the only interior picture. So I guess we don't get any picture of the back seats. That's interesting. Interior lighting, standard. That's nice. You got new climate control system. You got now ventilated seats, not only heated but also ventilated, which is quite nice. Steering wheel looks a bit better because the old one honestly just looked awful. You know, didn't really fit a $60,000 car if you ask me. Interior, black or white. I would honestly skimp out on getting the more expensive colors. Just get the blue and the white interior. I think that's the best spec. And I also go with the default wheels, just because first of all, they're completely dark, just like matte black, which I quite like. Goes well with the window frame and door handles and whatnot. But also, well, you get better range with them, more aerodynamic. And not to mention, this Model 3 has, from what I'm told, or what I've saw so far, has significantly better sound dampening. Because there was a problem with the previous gen, where you just got a lot of road noise for whatever reason. But now they have special glass that blocks out some of the noise, they have better sound cancellation dampening materials, and also the wheels apparently are an important part, which is all, that's a given. You're gonna get a lot of road noise. Now, the screen, I'm not sure if this is the same one in the slightly updated interiors of the Model S and X, but it looks similar enough. It's better, it's faster from what I see. So it's an overall good, solid upgrade. I think this was a long time coming, to be honest. But for a mid-gen refresh, I think it's pretty good. I mean, I can't really... Okay. Enhanced Autopilot is gonna cost you $6,000. And that, to me, really hurts. Because, like, these are features that I think people just expect with a Tesla. And the fact that you don't get them is just a bit icky. I mean, navigating on autopilot, like auto parking, which you can see here, like these are features in like a Toyota RAV4, like Kia Carnival, like, well, maybe not the Kia Carnival, like a lot of budget, like family regular cars are getting these. The fact that like you have to pay $6,000 in a Tesla to get it, it's a, I don't know, man. Full self-driving capability, so this gonna, you know, auto steer in Series 3s and whatnot, well, upcoming. It's been a long time coming, so Elon better hurry up. Basic autopilot and enhanced autopilot. So yeah, you get all of this plus the traffic light stuff, and you know, you can read signs and whatnot. I'm not sure if the Model 3 still has LiDAR. Starting early 2022 October, all Model 3 mobile for race regions are no longer. Yeah, so this is interesting. Since October 2022, no Model 3 and Y have LiDAR. And if you're wondering what LiDAR is, it's ultrasonic sensor that kind of does what, like, well, I'm no, you know, mathematician or like, you know, engineer, but they basically do the same thing that like whales use, where they bounce off sound and I believe maybe light or something like that. to be able to detect stuff around you, rather than just visual data. So, sound is here, car is here, there's an object here, the sound bounces back, and depending on how much time that takes, I believe, they can calculate how far that thing is, right? But they don't have them. So they're just going on visual data, I believe, for the advanced autopilot and whatnot, which is kind of scary, in my opinion. I wouldn't really trust technology that's just like you just using the cameras at the front and the back and whatnot. Let's read the small text here. Let me just get a zoom in here. There we are. The currently enabled features require active driver supervision and do not make the vehicle autonomous. So that's the important part that most people don't read. This is not an autonomous car. You can't actually just can't it's like sleep in the car. Some features require turn signals and are limited in range. That's an important one. Activation and use of these features depend on achieving reliability, far and access, human drivers. Yeah, sure. As these self-driving features evolve, your car will be continuously upgraded through over-the-air software updates. So yeah, basically, you're hoping that Elon Musk sends you an update in your way so that your car doesn't, crash into a tree at 65 miles an hour. But you do you if you want to pay, the price of I don't know, like Mitsubishi Mirage for this single spec. But charging, the mobile adapter is $600. If you're wondering what this is a little plastic dinky little adapter that they give you so you can charge it in like non-Tesla chargers. $600 is atrocious. This should be just default. This should be a standard feature. The wall connector I can understand is $800. This should be standard with all cars, honestly. But yeah, if you just click continue payment, obviously I'm not gonna fill any of this in. So that was South Island, Wellington. Doesn't really change anything. And remember, this car is not $70,000. This is an $81,000 car, and this is how much it might end up costing you if you get all the tax benefits that may come with it. Yeah, estimated 5-year fuel savings. So take into consideration, you will only get to save these $10,000 over the next 5 years. And that's a big if, because not everyone's gonna drive like a 95-year-old grandma. If you get the dual motor long range edition, right, which has the most range, well, you want to flex that power a bit. Like this car has like 560 horsepower. Well, converted over from electric kilowatts. But I'm just not sure about this. The fact that you save the 10 grand over maybe 5 years. But I am yet to meet a person IRL, which I know some people who own a Tesla, who actually managed to save the 10 grand in fuel. Because not like charging is free, right, viewers? Tesla chargers, the superchargers especially, are not free. The cheapest way to charge your electric car currently, for most people, is to charge at your home. If you have a garage or a driveway and have a charger installed there, that's the easiest way and the cheapest way to do it. And I sincerely doubt that the average Joe, if you don't charge this at home and just keep using Tesla chargers, that you will save 10 grand over 5 years. I seriously doubt it. So my personal recommendation, do not buy a Tesla for the fuel saving. If you want a very efficient, low-cost car, go get a plug-in hybrid from a Japanese brand. Those will save you actual money. Again, Tesla Model 3 per year, $600. Yeah, well, this depends. It really depends. If you just use the supercharger, oh, by the way, using the high capacity superchargers, chances are that will degrade your battery. Because as you know, just like phones do, lithium-ion batteries degrade faster if you end up, charging them faster, because, you're wearing out the cells faster by shoving more and more voltage and amps. down its throat. So I'd recommend, if you want an economical car, do not get a Tesla. Teslas are known for having bad reliability when it comes to, you know, fit and finish and, you know, panel gaps and whatnot. I am told that this new one has significantly better build quality thanks to the factory in China and whatnot. But I will still be skeptical. And personally, if you want the Tesla for the Tesla stuff, the specs, the features here, the enhanced autopilot and whatnot, you can get these in other places. But if you want the minimalism, the design, the user-friendly control panel here, yeah, then you might as well get it. My personal optimal spec would be enhanced autopilot, no full self-driving. I think that's a bit stupid to get right now. White interior, photon wheels, blue metallic, and that will cost you around $87,000. So yeah, fantastic. I'm not sure if that is USD or other thing currency that I'm aware of. Let me just check. New Zealand currency. Yeah, so New Zealand dollars to, let's check here. So how much would that be here? 87,7388. So yeah, you're looking at right around, I think that's, yeah, there we go. You're looking at around 48,000 euro for the car here. And I think that's a good price, honestly. 48,000 euro is, I think, very reasonable for a car of this grade. But yeah, let's see, just convert that to USD before the video finishes. So yeah, that would be around also $48,000. So in my opinion, this right here is expected to get the 48 grand all around, like, optimal Tesla Model 3. At least for the updated edition. Other parts of the world, if you just check it out right now. Oh, sorry. Let me do that. Just check it out right now. For example, if we go over to the US, you will see that. Oh, it takes a bit of a time to load there. There is no new model. And as you can see here, base Model 3 is in theory $40,000, but if you go up the performance version is still missing from the new one. So if you want the actual performance version of the Model 3, because you like the very high acceleration, I mean, come on, 3.1 seconds, this is supercar territory. Then you have to wait out, unfortunately. Or I'd recommend, if you know a dealer or something, because Tesla does have networks now, try to get someone who are selling maybe the Model 3s at a discount before the new updated one that I just showed comes out. That would be my recommendation. Let's see if the paint's still the same. Multi-Echo, solid black. This is different. Yeah, midnight silver, which is similar to the stealth grays included with the old version, so that's interesting. But is that just for the performance, or is that on the base model as well? Yep, that's also on the base model. So yeah, you gotta pay for white and blue and whatnot. But stealth gray, or well, midnight silver metallic as they call it on the previous version, seems to be the default here. That's interesting. Alright then. Oh, look at this. New aero wheel design, I believe. With the new plastics. And the sport wheels. So, interesting. At least the US spec Model 3, the current version, also gets the new wheels. I guess they just wanna, put the old one out of production, which is normal. But yeah, I mean, you look at the interior here, and it looks a bit dated now, doesn't it, compared to the previous one? The steering wheel is awful. Trim here is just bland. The center console looks a bit, poverty spec compared to the aluminium one on the new one. But yeah. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. This has been Cartron, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.